What's up, guys? It's your boy Baby Boom, and I am back for another video. And first of all, before we get into the video, manga spoilers, man. These Demon Slayer videos, manga spoilers. You cannot watch this yet. The anime has not reached this point yet. So please, please do not spoil yourself. Manga spoilers. So I'm gonna give you a second to head out the video. Okay, I gave you a chance. If you didn't leave yet, hey, that's on you. But manga spoilers, let's talk about Inosuke, man. Because I was watching the Demon Slayer finale in the manga, not the anime. I've been watching the Demon Slayer finale in the manga, and looking at my man, you got Tanjiro. He got his own thing. Zenitsu, he got his own thing. We're going to get to that later. But Inosuke just got left out. You had the trio, and one of them just kind of gets left out of the finale. And that's what the video is going to be about. We're going to talk about Inosuke and how he was forgotten in the Demon Slayer finale. Let's get right into it. Season 1 of Demon Slayer. I love Season 1 of Demon Slayer. Well, I won't say I love it. It's okay. Season 1 of Demon Slayer is cool, and you get introduced to the trio. Well, it could be 4 of them, because you got Nezuko, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke. Tanjiro, we're just going off the characters from season 1 and kind of how we get a feel of them. I like Tanjiro. He was kind-hearted. He's entertaining. He cares about people. If he's nice to people and just shows compassion to people, I like that. Even the demons, he shows compassion to the demons. And then you see his family get killed. I feel like that's a perfect way to just make us love Tanjiro. He's likable, and I want to see him get his revenge on the demons. So he has a storyline I care about. Inosuke. Well, Zenitsu first. Zenitsu, he's scared of like demons and stuff, and he's kind of a coward. So I want to see him overcome that and become like a super Hashira. That's what I want to see Zenitsu do. I want to see him overcome that. So he has a storyline, and he's an interesting character. Nezuko gets turned into a demon, and we see her journey. I don't care to see how she's gonna turn back into a human. Inosuke, he's just a weird guy that wears a mask. Maybe I'm getting his character wrong, but to me, I just didn't really care about him. He just kind of over the top character, like wearing the mask and living in the forest. He loves the forest and stuff. I just didn't care for it. That's not a storyline. That's not gonna get your character that far. So I know people like him, and he's entertaining to be that character. But if you're gonna be that character, man, you gotta have a little bit something more to your character. That you're supposed to be the Homelander of the show. You're supposed to be the Joker of the show. You're supposed to be the character the Levi of the show. You're supposed to be that character that's carrying the show. And Zenitsu took that. Zenitsu, to me, when he does the little misform, that's one of those characters. Like, whoa, that's that guy. Zenitsu's that dude. But yeah, Inosuke could have been that character, but it's like, I don't care for the mask character. It's just kind of silly to me. So that's how I feel about him in season 1. But he does get a lot of screen time. He gets a lot of screen time. So let's go to season 2. Inosuke in the Mugen Train movie. I thought he played a cool support role. He had some stuff to do. Mainly his thing was he's in his dream. He gets out of his dream, and then he's just helping Tanjiro fight this demon. Cool. He was cool, and he was serious. I think Inosuke is at his best when he's just a serious character, and he's just taking what's going on seriously. He's not goofing around and stuff and just being crazy. I like when he's just chill. I like that when he's helping Tanjiro, backing him up and fighting the demon. The scene where him and Tanjiro are fighting that demon and he keeps making Tanjiro fall asleep and stuff, all of that was cool. I liked all of that. Epic scene. And then them just killing the demon. And then you got the opposite scene where him and Inosuke are both there watching Rengoku get killed and stuff. All of that was crazy. And Inosuke was there the whole time. So he got his moment in the Mugen Train movie. It was cool. He got his time. And they did a really good job early Demon Slayer of giving Inosuke his time. He felt like he mattered with the 3. Zenitsu had his moments in the Mugen Train movie. Inosuke had his moments in the Mugen Train movie. And Tanjiro had his moments in the Mugen Train movie. They all got their moments, but it's soon going to change. But let's go to the next season, man. Season 2 of Demon Slayer. Now, this is the Tengen arc. This is I always forget what it's called, but you know what I'm saying. Season 2 of Demon Slayer, you got the characters going to this village and they got to dress up as women in the village and they fight the upper ranked demons. This is the first time we see these characters face an upper ranked demon. I love this season. So far, this is peak Demon Slayer. This is peak Demon Slayer. They killed it this arc. They just did a really good job. It was fun. And the characters were all fun. And it was just basically a fight the whole season. I love that Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and not Rengoku. Tengen and you got Inosuke. They all got moments against these demons. They all fought against these demons. Now Inosuke had that dumb moment where he could, like, when the demon stabbed him like straight through the body. First of all, like, the demon's blade was poison, so he should have died from the poison. But he said something about he was born in the forest and the poison wouldn't kill him. I hated that. And then he used his breathing or something to stop the pain of the stabbing or whatever. And I was like, that is so stupid. And they are just getting away with anything. Tanjiro was doing some stupid stuff. Zenitsu, he actually didn't do nothing too crazy, but it was just Tengen, Tanjiro, and Inosuke was just doing crazy, stupid stuff. And I thought that sort of messed up their characters a little bit, especially Inosuke. It's like, yo, you got stabbed. And the blade has poison on it. How did you survive that? I hated that scene. I thought that was so stupid, but great arc. Once again, he still gets attention and he's fighting. He fights the whole season. I love that. I love that he got attention and Inosuke was still with the three. The three of them still had their thing going on. So let's go to the next season where it all went wrong. Season 3 of Demon Slayer. This is where it went wrong. This is the Mist Village arc. This is the Swordsman Village arc. And in this arc, Tanjiro goes to this village by himself. I forgot what Zenitsu and Inosuke were doing, but they were probably hurt, I believe, from the last arc. But I can't remember. Tanjiro broke his sword. I think this is what it is. Tanjiro broke his sword and he had to go to the swordsmith village to get it fixed. So it was no point of Zenitsu and Inosuke being there. But hey, man, should have just had them there, man. Just have them follow Tanjiro. And maybe they pulled a Hunter x Hunter. Because Hunter x Hunter, for example, I know I'm going on a whole different show, but the group in Hunter x Hunter, if they didn't need to be together, they would not have them together. They would separate them and have them go on their own paths. So maybe that's what they was going with. They didn't want Inosuke and Zenitsu to be there, but I feel like there would have been stuff for them to do there. And then the fight they had with the demon there would have been pretty cool also. I thought that would have been a pretty cool fight. So they probably should have just had them there at the end of it. But it was Tanjiro's arc. Tanjiro got all the spotlight. You got introduced to the Demon Slayer corpse guy with the gun. And you got Nezuko got her moments and stuff. And then the Hashiras. You got the Mist Hashira and you got the girl Hashira. They got the moments. It was cool sometimes. I was like, okay, this is a cool season. But I think Zenitsu and Inosuke should have been in this arc. Especially knowing how the next arc after this goes. It's like, man, you really missed a big opportunity. Stop making it the Tanjiro show and give everybody a shot. Because Tanjiro, sometimes it was like, man, I've seen enough of Tanjiro. Can we see something else a little bit? But let's continue. Let's go to the next arc. Hashira training. You got the Hashira training arc. The Hashiras were preparing all the Demon Slayer Corp people to prepare for the demons. They started training them and getting them stronger and stuff. And you had Inosuke return, Zenitsu return, and Tanjiro return. They were all there training at the same time. And then you see their storylines start to branch off for the final arc after this season or this chapter or this arc. Basically, you see Zenitsu, he get like a message that his master died and that his the person that trained with Zenitsu would turn himself into a demon basically. And then he realized like, hey man, I got to be serious and take him out. I have to be serious and take him out. He turned into an upper rank demon. So Zenitsu got serious. He was in his mist form the whole rest of the Hashira training arc, and that was the end of it. Tanjiro, he wants to get Nezuko back. We know his story in when, and then he wants revenge on Akaza too. That was another big storyline. So both of those was a big one, and yeah, man, and Inosuke, he didn't have a direction. They didn't give him anything. He just was training for the demons. He doesn't like demons. He wants to kill them, and that was Inosuke's storyline. So that's just kind of bland. That's kind of bland, and yeah, that's just how I feel about it, though. So the Hashira training arc kind of messed up Inosuke. Didn't give him anything to go with to build up for the final arc, while the other two, Tanjiro and Zenitsu, this helps them a lot. And I think even Zenitsu needed more time. He needed more time also. What they did with him was not enough. So really, Tanjiro is the main one that got all the storylines stuff before the final arc. Zenitsu and Inosuke got messed up by, first of all, not being in the Swordsmith Village arc. It took me a minute to figure that word out. The Swordsmith Village arc and then the Hashira training arc just messed them up also. So let's go to the final arc. But before we get into what Inosuke did the final arc, I want to talk about Tanjiro and Zenitsu's, the stuff they did in the final arc. Let's go. Tanjiro in the final arc. So what I remember, Muzan comes and attacks the Hashira training, and you get Muzan. He takes everybody to his like secret lair, his little hideout, and everybody gets scattered all over his secret lair. And Tanjiro and Giyu, they both get sent to the same room as Akaza. They both get sent to a room with a upper rank demon. Everybody gets sent to a room with the upper rank demon, and Tanjiro and Giyu get to fight Akaza. And we all know the Akaza storyline. He killed Rengoku. Tanjiro was mad and wanted to kill Akaza. So this fight was epic. It was epic. This is what we wanted to see. Tanjiro finally gets his revenge, and it's a good fight. It's iconic. It's one of my favorite parts of Demon Slayer. I'm ready for it to get anime. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So they beat Akaza. Then you get to they rest a little bit. They have to rest, and then you get to the final part where Muzan comes in. And Tanjiro and Muzan have a whole beef because Muzan killed his family, and you got another beef. Tanjiro has two storylines. Those are two cool storylines. And then you got the stuff of turning Nezuko back into a human at the end where he turns into Demon Tanjiro. All of that was just pretty great. So Tanjiro got a lot of stuff to do in this final arc. He never felt like he was just sitting there. And Inosuke just didn't get that. He did not get that. They tried something, but we're going to get to that later. Tanjiro, I just know he had a good run, great fights. When that comes to the anime, even the Muzan fight is going to be so much better in the anime than it was in the manga, because the moves on he did like the same 6 moves in the manga. I hated how he was fighting. He had these same 6 moves, like when you fight a boss battle on a video game and he just keeps repeating the same stuff over and over again. That's what Muzan was doing. So yes, in the anime, Tanjiro storyline is gonna be even better than in the manga. Then you got all the stuff with the reincarnation of that Hashira that almost killed Muzan and stuff. All of that was just great. Tanjiro had a great storyline. Zenitsu, he had a storyline also in this final arc. So his main thing was that he wanted to get revenge on the person he trained with, and he wanted to avenge his sensei. And he fights the person he trained with that turned himself into an upper rank demon. I think he was the 6th one or the 5th one. He took the 5th spot of the upper rank demons, or he took the 6th spot. I think it was the 6th spot, but that's not the point. They had a fight, and Zenitsu got the epic moment of killing him. I didn't personally like the fight. It felt rushed, and it felt kind of forced. It's like we didn't really hear this much about this demon guy, or the guy he was like kind of jealous of or whatever. I didn't like it. It just felt like it came out of nowhere. And then he didn't earn, to me, the mist form also. I don't feel like he earned that mist form where he gets serious. I feel like he had to earn that and actually beat somebody even though he's afraid of them. I thought that would have been a way better storyline, but they rushed it. But at least he had a storyline. He still got more than what Inosuke got. He got more storylines. He had this storyline, and then for the rest of the arc, he's fighting Muzan. But at least he had that storyline before the Muzan part. So it felt complete. I was like, okay, so Inosuke is done. I mean, Zenitsu is done. His storyline is complete. He overcame the mist thing, his sleeping thing, and that was the end of it, man. But Inosuke never got that. So let's get into Inosuke's storyline. Well, I feel like Tanjiro and Zenitsu just surpassed him, and it just was nasty. So let's go. Inosuke during the final arc. So let's start it off. So, like I said, Muzan sent everybody to a room with a upper rank demon. We seen everybody go to their room. So for the first few chapters of the manga, we got the Tanjiro and Akaza fight with Giyu there, and that was cool. But Inosuke was nowhere to be found. He was nowhere to be found, and I can't remember what happened, but I think the next fight was the Doma fight, and you got the butterfly Hashira. She's there. She fights Doma first and just gets killed. It's a sad scene. So we don't see Inosuke yet. And then you get the butterfly Hashira student. That's really she didn't get enough time, but she gets her scene, and then you finally get to see Inosuke do something. You see Inosuke save her from Doma, and I was like, okay, Inosuke has a place. Because I was like, well, where's Inosuke going to do? What is he doing? What's his storyline? So he comes in and saves the butterfly Hashira's student from Doma. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. He's back up, but he don't got a big role. And then they forced a storyline a little bit. Doma reveals that him and Inosuke have this link, and when Doma was running this like a thing, he was running. I ain't gonna say the name of it, but he was running a thing, and he had this girl that he because he usually eats the people. Like, he runs this group with people, and he usually eats the people that he runs the group with, and he's really just manipulating the people. And then he met this girl, and he doesn't know why he liked her, but he didn't eat her. He didn't eat her, and he keeps her around for a little bit, and then like the lady has a kid, and then Doma, like she like sees that he's been eating his people in the group, and then she tries to run away from Doma, and Doma ends up killing her, but she had a baby and saves the baby, and it comes out that the baby's Inosuke, and it's like a link between the two. So it's like, oh, he has a sad backstory too. And this final arc, for some reason, they just love sad backstories. Everybody gets a sad backstory. And Demon Slayer in general just loves sad backstories. Everybody gets a sad backstory. So it was kind of like, okay, Inosuke has a backstory. This one, I guess, was at least more like I could take it serious. It was like, oh, that's messed up. That is kind of messed up. That's why he's in the forest and stuff, because he lost his mom. But yeah, just probably just don't. There's too many backstories, man. There's too many backstories, and we worried about fighting his Hashira stuff. They probably just kept it simple. Have him fight Doma and lose. That's the end of it. No backstories. We got a backstory for the butterfly girl. We got the backstory for the butterfly girl student. We got the backstory for Doma. We had so many backstories. It's like, yo, this is so cluttered. But what they should have did was gave Inosuke a rival, built up to it, and then you see him fight this rival during this final arc. But they never did that. They tried to force him and Doma to have a link, but it was like, you forced it. Then you get, most of the time, he's just back up for Muzan. He fights Muzan, and that's Inosuke's story, man. That is Inosuke's story, but I think they kind of messed up. Should have gave him a rival, somebody to fight at the end of the story. Him being backup was kind of cool against Doma, but he could have been so much more. Zenitsu got his own fight. Tanjiro got his own fight. So that's how I feel about it. Tell me how y'all feel about this, and I'll see you on the next video. Anime Boom, my peace.